Crypto Excel. This is not financial advice. Welcome, guys. All right. So, as we begin and we get started, this is Crypto Excel with your daily update. Let you know what's going on with the markets, the outlook, my what I think is going to happen, where we are, where we're headed, and the exciting stuff, the explosion. Right. So, to recap on this channel, we have made 10 for 10 calls here. We've talked about this ascending triangle that we expected Bitcoin to break out of. It broke out, retested 58,000. After that, because of the buying momentum and the pressure, we shot right up as predicted. We also said that we were going to break the all-time highs before the halving, which is in April. And as predicted, that happened. Um, we also said that we would get a rejection up here around 69K. That happened. We said that the rejection probably would not be as powerful as in the past, because in the past we had 40% rejections from the 618, and it would be quite dangerous. This time we only received a 20% rejection. We did have a rejection, by the way, but only 20%. We've also said that the buy pressure from the ETFs would continue to propel Bitcoin forward, and that we're in a paradigm shift, meaning that we could expect more stabilization of Bitcoin, meaning that the downside is not going to be as much as in the past. There's still risk of downside, but instead of the 40% corrections, I don't think we're going to have that. I think we'll have milder 15, 20% corrections. Okay. That all being said, if we happen to go parabolic, by parabolic I mean breaking the $100,000 mark. And if you want to know what my next prediction is, yes, breaking the $100,000 mark. Breaking the $100,000 mark. I mean, have to think about that. That's amazing. Um, Breaking the $100,000 mark, most likely within a month and a half. I think it's very likely, and I hope that you're prepared for that. Right? Once we start to go parabolic, once we start going parabolic, the risk of correction increases. Basically, the higher up we go, the more risky it is to try to buy that peak, because if we get a correction all the way up there, then your 40% corrections come into play. All right. I feel that Bitcoin now is being discussed around the world by the governments of countries, by venture capitalists, by sovereign banks, and by rich and powerful elites. This thing, Bitcoin, was for the people. It's the people's coin. It was for the public who wanted to conserve their wealth and to not be eaten alive by the banking system and by inflation. Right? You've been working for 40 years. You happen to save up some of your acorns. It's not fair that someone does prints money up and you have no buying power, and the $10,000 that you saved is now worth $3,000 because of the price of college tuition has 10x, the price of housing is 5x, the price of a car, even that is doubled, right? So it's not fair that your buying power is eaten alive. If you look at El Salvador, a few years ago, they went on the Bitcoin standard and they started to conduct a lot of their transactions in Bitcoin. The IMF and the World Banking System condemned them and told them that, hey, you guys are going to fail and we're not going to continue to loan you money because, I mean, what are you doing? You're being reckless and careless with the welfare of your citizens. And fast forward to today, El Salvador's criminal justice reform, El Salvador's economic system, everything is completely turned around for this country. And this country is now going to be an icon that's going to be looked on by other countries, South American countries in particular, but also the rest of the world are going to be looking at El Salvador as an example of how you could turn a country around and how you can go from poverty to wealth, right? If they were buying Bitcoin in the 30,000s, and I remember people were laughing at them. Bitcoin is now $72,000. Every time there was a dip, um, the president of El Salvador, I don't want to ruin his name by saying it here, but he turned the country around. And so we're going from a country that was one of the poorest countries in the region, and it might turn out to be one of the wealthiest countries in the region. Other countries are going to be looking at this and taking note, right? Recently, an Arab sheikh flew to El Salvador to congratulate the president of El Salvador and also to take notes to see what he was doing. Once you get nations that have hundreds of billions of dollars start to invest in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has now been legitimized by BlackRock and other powerful elites. Now that it's been legitimized, you have no idea how far this can go and how quickly it can go. That's the second thing. This could happen very, very quick. And if you miss that God candle, when the God candle comes, it'll be very hard for you to obtain a position later on because things would have doubled or tripled, right? And it could happen very, very quickly. Once it happens, trying to get a position after that God candle is very, very hard. It's like trying to throw water out of a boat full of water with holes in it. It's just by then it's too high. I don't know if that's the best analogy, but you get my point that it's better to get in early than to get in after everything is already been set. You're gonna get like 20% of the coin versus now you can get 10x of the coin. If that makes more sense, right? You need to get in early. That crypto is about getting in early. And my group, we get in early, right? So we're no longer looking at getting in on Bitcoin, right? But we've been getting in early on everything. Right back here, I was mentioning, hey, the Ethereum is about to flip as far as the Ethereum Bitcoin dominance. So I started to allocate some of my funds, like retirement funds from my Bitcoin ETFs into Ethereum ETFs, because that's another thing. Ethereum is going to be outperforming Bitcoin um, for most of 2024. So I'm already doing that early. So I make my moves before it's really time to before it's too late. I'm not going to make the move later. Yes, short term Bitcoin is going to do right very, very well. The Bitcoin dominance is going to increase short term. But if we zoom out and we're looking on the monthly instead of the daily, I'm not looking at the daily. I'm looking at the monthly. If you look at the monthly, the play would be Ethereum, not Bitcoin, because Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin on the monthly going forward for 2024. On the daily, I really don't care about the daily. That's picking pennies up off the floor. I'm not trying to make pennies. I'm trying to change my life and to change lives. And not financial advice, of course. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at $73,000. We were talking about this before I had my channel. I was accumulating, and then the channel came online, and we were talking about what's going to happen all along. And if you look at the calls, you can go back and you can look at the old videos. They're 10 for 10. So these crypto bubbles, when you see these bubbles pop up, look at AI tech up 28%, right? I was getting in AI tech at 0.014, right? I was so I mean, this has just been a phenomenal year so far, and I'm very excited for the future. Patreons are excited. Friends did a 67% in one day. We were DCAing in this when it was red. So we're picking up coins that the market is not talking about. No one cares about these coins when we're buying them. They're red. They're out of favor. No one cares. And then when the market comes back and or coins are up, they're up disproportionately. They go up at a range. Sometimes I look at how much they go up, and I just have to shake my head because it's completely ridiculous. It is. I don't know how else to say that. It's just it does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. But it doesn't have to, right? I'm here to make money. I'm here to get a return. So, and I know how to do that. So that's what I'm going to do, right? Orange is up 34%. And again, this is a daily basis. Every day I come in, or I load up the system, and this is what I see every single day. And the irony of it all is that this is just the beginning. Script network, no one was buying script. Nobody's talking about script. No one at all. Just this channel. AI tech, we were in from the ground floor, from the beginning, right? And CAH, CDT, this is just a normal thing. Open fabric is in the rear. It's like a horse that's in the back. It's going to gallop, gain momentum, gain speed, and watch it just come out of the rear from nowhere, right? But we see this before it happens. We're not waiting for it to happen and then reacting. We're reacting, then it happens. We're actually proactive, okay? Speaking about being proactive, let me tell you about gaming. Gaming is going to be coming out, um, I believe, next month in April, probably late April. Now, this is a decentralized GPU system. This is about AI. This is about gaming. So the top video games are able to be played on this network. It's on Coin Market Cap is incubating gaming. So gaming, the world's leader in delivering decentralized data processing power through gaming.cloud, has been selected by Coin Market Cap, and it goes on and on. So I don't need to tell you anything more about gaming, right? I will, but once you hear that Coin Market Cap is incubating them, this means that this should be in your portfolio. That's how it registers to me. And I could go through the tokenomics and the team and all these other things, and it's those things are very important and it should be discussed. But first, I'm going to get in my portfolio, and then I'm going to continue to do my research, obviously, right? But seriously, once CoinMarketCap is incubating them, once there's a connection to Binance, because Binance owns CoinMarketCap, why wouldn't this be in your portfolio? Not financial advice, but this is a kind of foresight and thinking that I mean. Like, it's good to have a team where that people have a vision and they know what they're doing, because I mean you don't want to find out about this. It comes out, it does like 20x, and now YouTubers are talking about it. It goes 25, 30x, and now you're like, maybe I should get some gaming. And this is what happens when you're not part of the team. I would become part of the team. The Patreon is going to be linked, and the price is going to continue to increase as we go on in the bull market. So, congratulations to everyone who joined the team earlier. But we're going to have an excellent and interesting 2024. All right, collaborate with Movement Labs and BNB Chain to develop the fastest gaming blockchain in the world. Fastest gaming blockchain in the world. Right now, the hype is AI. The second the AI hype, the light shifts off of AI for a second, it's going right into gaming, right? Gaming project news and updates, February 2024. The huge breaking news this month was, of course, this Gaming Movement Labs and BNB Chain collaborate to create the fastest gaming blockchain. Gaming, merging gaming, DeepIn AI. So now we have DeepIn, we have gaming, and we have AI. All right, okay, let's continue. Gaming project news and updates, January 2024. We started 2024 with historic announcement or coin market cap incubation. Okay. All right. So basically, this is pretty much a must-have, right? Because gaming, DeepIn, AI, BNB, coin market cap, coin market cap. They're going to be advertising gaming, right? Connection to BNB. Maybe in the future, at some point, gaming gets put on Binance, right? So again, this is a must-have in the portfolio, right? So I just want to give you an overview. You already know that gaming is huge, right? Gamer GPUs are the most untapped segment of computing power. 1.6 gigabyte PC and 2.4 1.6 billion PC and 2.5 billion mobile gamers. Now, there's also an NVIDIA conference that's going to be happening soon. As the NVIDIA conference um, concludes and as it happens, there's going to be a lot of eyes turning to AI, a lot of eyes turning to gaming, a lot of eyes turning to computing, a lot of eyes turning to DPIN, right? And again, this is going to do phenomenal. And remember where you're hearing about it first. You're hearing about it here first. So it should be coming out in April. And this is the importance of get again being on a team where people know what's going on. They know what's going on in crypto, and they know what the next big thing is. It's important to know what the big thing is, but you also know what the next big thing is, right? And also, it's important to get on the cryptos that are going to pump. But if you look at my cryptos, they don't pump and dump. They pump and pump, right? They pump and they pump. They pump and they pump. They pump and pump and pump and pump, right? That's again, this is why I'm not like the biggest into meme coins because they pump and they dump. I don't want it to dump. I want it to continue pumping, and I want to get coins that I can hold throughout the bull market. I don't want to, I'm not a trader. I'm not going in and out of trades. Traders are not the guys that make the most money in crypto. The holders are, the investors are. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Again, come and check out the Patreon. You find out when I'm buying, exactly when I'm buying, what price I'm buying for. You get the news first, right? You get the most important news first. So we're talking about efficiency because we're talking about focus. You're not just getting any news, you're getting the important news first. I could have been talking about any crypto, right? I chose to talk about gaming. There's a reason, right? We are completely knocking it out of the park. Congratulations to everyone in crypto right now. I think that what's about to happen is going to be epic. A lot of people are worried about pullbacks and crashes and these kind of things. I consider them wicks and buying opportunities because we're not at the halving yet. We're already at $73,000 and we're flirting with the halving, and it's only a few weeks away. So I cannot imagine where Bitcoin is going to be in 2025. As far as I know, the 4-year cycle is still intact. As far as the peak of Bitcoin being November 2025. So I will expect it to also still be November 2025. That all being said, if I'm up, 100x on some coins by the end of 2024, I will be taking some profit. I will be taking a haircut on some of them, right? Because I want to make sure that my initial is out, and I want to make sure I'm comfortable and I have no risk. And I can just put my arms up and just relax. If it goes up, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. If you're getting 25x on your money, right? That means if you put $2,000 in, $2,000 turns to $100,000, right? So at some point, it's no longer funny, right? It's now like, wow, you could really change your life, right? That all being said, I do want people to control themselves and keep their composure because crypto is very, very risky. If something could go up 100x, it could also go to zero. As we've seen, Terra Luna went to zero, and we've seen Gala Games get damaged very, very badly. Their reputation got damaged. The price fell, plummeted, and I was buying. Solana went to $8 in the bear market, and I was buying, right? But you have to look at, I am unique in the fact that I'm a high risk individual, so my plays are extremely high risk, and you should not put any money into the crypto investments that are necessity money. Like if you need it for rent, if you need it for mortgage, for your child's education, or these kind of important things and you need it this month, it should not be anywhere near crypto because crypto is volatile. It goes up very, very quickly and very viciously, but it could also plummet very viciously, right? As the COVID dip that we've seen in March of 2020, we've seen crypto crash like 70% in one day. The altcoins crashed 70% in one day, right? That's when Cardano was 2 cents and BNB was $5. That happened in one day. So that's why I said make sure you don't need this money urgently. Like you don't plan to take it out at the end of the month because you have to pay your bills. Make sure you're not doing that. Please don't do that. And please do not take out a loan. Please don't do that. I know you want to take out a loan because the market, oh, it's up only. Please don't. It seems like every time you take out a loan for crypto, you end up losing money. I've heard many, many stories. You take out a loan and then the market crashes unexpectedly, and now you're paying that money back plus interest. Don't take out a loan, please. Don't do it. Um, Investment works when you're not worried, when you're calm, and when you have money that you're not thinking about every single day. You're not like, oh my gosh, it's up, it's down, it's oh I can't sleep. But if you're like that, I'm sorry, you're probably going to lose your money. If you're really like that and like you can't sleep, that means you have too much in the market, and you really need to think about scaling out, right? It works best when you have money set aside that you don't need, right? You look at like the Dogecoin millionaire, right? And again, I'm not a meme guy, but I can't, if facts are facts, Doge returned a huge amount of profit for this person, right? He bought Doge when it was in the millions of dollars of market cap, and Doge went to the billions of dollars of market cap. The reason why he was able to hold throughout that for years, the reason why you can hold for years is because he didn't need the money. He wasn't in and out. He wasn't trying to, oh, a 20% pump, I'm going to sell, get my 20%, and then, oh, I'm going to buy back because it dipped 10%. He wasn't doing that, right? He bought in the bear market. It's very simple. He bought in the bear market and he held throughout the bull market. At the peak of the bull market, November of 2021, November, December, he should have been selling if he understood the 4 year cycle and if he believed he should have been selling. Unfortunately, he didn't sell and he had to round trip and then do the whole thing again. He had to do it again now. And this is what I'm telling you that you have to understand the 4 year cycle, right? You have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You got to count your basically you have to know the cycle. If you know the cycle and you play along, right, and you do what you're supposed to do, it's really simple. You'll be just fine, right? So you sell November 2025 ish or before that time, because it's not going to be the exact day and exact hour. It's not that accurate, but it's a 4 year cycle, right? And if you continue to watch my channel, I will be letting you know when the spider sense is tingling and it looks like it's time to start, trickling out a bit. The people who are going to get this information first are going to be my Patreons, right? So people who look out for me, obviously I'm going to look out for them first. They're going to get all the information first. They're going to know when I'm buying, at what prices I'm buying, and they're going to know which coins are the coins that are going to outperform the market, in my opinion, of course. But if you look at my opinion seems to be working. And again, there is no specific person that I'm following. These are my calls. Um, I might have some calls that are similar to other YouTubers who have seen value in my crypto, right? Because once you're a gem hunter or a gem picker, there might be other people who do see the value in your crypto. Because the idea is to pick cryptos that are the best ones that are better than their peers, right? So there might be some similarities, but there is no place on the internet where you have this cohesive list of specific gems all together in one place. I have not seen it. Like I'm picking cryptos that again no one was looking at Friend Street, right? I had D chat the other day. It went up some ridiculous like over 300% in one day. Since then it has retraced because nothing's going to pump 400% and stay there in one day. It's unlikely. There's going to be a retracement. So if you have a crypto of mine and it pumps 400% in one day, feel free to take a little bit off the top. You don't need to come out of the market and sell the whole lot, but feel free to take a little bit off the top. I probably would not just hold a 400% pump completely, right? but there have been a lot of really wacky things that has happened already. Codex went up 600%. Was it 600 or 700% in one day? And this just happened in one day, right? So it's insane some of the things that have been happening here. AI tech were up like 25x on AI tech, and it just keeps pumping. When you think that it's going to stop pumping, it just pumps a little bit more. Then we have sleepers that just start pumping out of nowhere, and this is like a normal thing. Again, every day I come in is pump, 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 pump it up, right? And you look at open fabric, open fabric again is another sleeper. It could come from nowhere. Like one day I could come in and it's just going to be up like 40, 50%. And that's kind of what we're used to. GameFi, I was calling this at $1. It was like $1.35 or something. So we're used to these kind of gains, used to outrageous gains. That all being said, you don't know which one is going to pop off. As far as you don't know how far it's going to go, right? You think you're just going to get like a 15% pump, and then you get this, But congratulations to everyone that's in the Patreon, everyone that's on the team. 2024 is just begun. I know we're in March, but look, we are not even at the halving yet. You could imagine what's going to happen. I think it's going to be explosive, and you're in the right place because this is what we're going to be doing. We're just going to continue to keep doing this, right? Gaming, I'm very very excited for gaming. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be incredible. And do remember to, on the Patreon, in my opinion, it pays for itself. I don't feel it. It's undervalued, obviously, and I realize that. But I wanted to get some kind of footing, and I wanted to get a start. And the people who have been grandfathered in are going to be grandfathered in. It's fine. But going forward, obviously, the price is going to keep on rising over the bull run. And as far as the mentor group is concerned, there's information in the mentor group. This is for big investors with a lot of capital that are looking to really get to that next level. And they get personal meetings and conferences on strategy and the proper sectors to look and the best way to get the most bang for their buck. And again, none of this is financial advice. This is just me communicating my enthusiasm for crypto, right? And you get to see my insight, my mythology, and the way that I go about picking the gems that I pick. And you also get some really high end inside information about ideas that I have, right? So that's the mentor group. And just like the other groups, how I say that this group is pretty much free, because look, you could have gotten into D chat and got, received 400% pump, or Codex, or any of these gems. That would have paid for the entire group for months to come. That would have paid for a year, right? So the first thing I would do coming into crypto is I would join a group like mine. There are many groups out there, but obviously I'm going to be rooting for the home team, right? Because I have the gems, and I have the juice, and I have the sauce, and I have the record to prove it. You can go and look at all the past videos, and you can look at the performance. So I think I'm going to leave it right about there, right? Congratulations to everyone that has seen these amazing pumps. And again, we're just getting started. This is Crypto Excel. This is not financial advice. Remember to protect yourself at all times, and make good decisions. Okay, make wise decisions. Take care, guys.